Very crazy. Let me tell you about something that happened with me a few weeks ago. You see where we don't have any ships in the harbor there? We can use the pier so we can sit on it and fish because that is how we live on this island. The Bonairean people, they fish and they eat. So we were sitting there and we were fishing. To make it quick, we saw a pickup truck approaching us. So the first thing we think is it's the American people because normally when we fish, the small people, we, everybody, the American will come and try to, you know, buy some fish, and they pay a lot of money for the fish. So, you know, the first thing that you think is, hey, I'm rich and my body is full. So you go sell some and you go take some home. But when they were approaching us, I saw and I told my friends that those are not Americans, those are Dutch people because you can recognize them from the nose. That is. So, they were all in the uniforms of the Stinapa. So when they come to us, I saw that the lady was taking out a measuring table. And I was like, what the F word? So when they came to me and asked me, did we fish? I say, yes, that's what we're doing, right? You're not stupid. You can see that we are fishing. And she was like, no, we want to see the fish. And I asked, why? She said, we need to measure your fish because if it's too small and it's still alive, you need to put it back. And if it's too small and if it's dead, you need to pay a fine. So I start yelling at this girl and I wanted to fight her because I'm black, she's white. That's the first thing that I have a problem with. And she left. She was very lucky she left because, you know. So I was very angry at that time.
You should be.
What is this? The Dutch is coming in. They told us we are no longer allowed to touch a bird that almost everybody, my parents, my great-grandparents, everybody has this bird in his house. And if you already had a bird, you need to pay tax for the bird. Then they come and put a ring on the bird's feet and stuff like that. Oh, yes.
Wow.
Then they say we are no longer allowed to touch the conch. The conch is also on the local dish menu. So now if we cannot eat a conch, we cannot fish, we cannot do this, what are we going to eat? And if you do that, they will give you fine. If you don't have the money, they will put you in jail and still you need to pay that fine. So that's why they build the jail for us.
Damn.
Ok, lo que yo estoy diciendo ahora, pero primero que yo te voy a decir todo eso, te voy a mostrar.
Slaves would live in here. 6. While slave master over here chilling in that big ass motherfucking house. Fucker. 6? 6 slaves lived in here? How is that even possible, bro? Let me go inside. Six slaves.
Okay, in 2010 we've been colonized by the Dutch again because we were already colonized by the Dutch in the beginning. So what happened since 2010, we have a lot of changes on this island. Most of the changes is not so good for us. Maybe only one of them is very good. But when we're going on the north side, we will show you more of what's been going on after 2010. In the
Tell me what they're fighting for, what they're killing for, Lord. We don't need no more now. So tell them wicked people, fire go burn them, fire go burn them. Whoa, oh Lord, I said this is the year for love. Fire go burn them, fire go burn them. Whoa, say little boy, you ain't bad at all. No, another one just gone. But you beat your chest and smile, say you's a madman. Another young boy fall. Your soul can't rest at night. Oh, you's a bad man. Bad man is a man who just defend woman and protect the young ones by any means, Lord. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. A real bad man just make his own decisions. He don't need anyone, he only needs God. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. So, sit down, rock back. Tell them I don't need no strap to defend my people from wicked and evil. Whoa. So, sit down, rock back. Big man, look for a walk. You're too damn evil. If they distress my people, then fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Whoa, oh Lord, I said this is the year for love. Fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Whoa, say little boy, you ain't bad at all. No, tell me what they're fighting for. What they killing for, Lord. We don't need no war now. There's no need. So tell me what they're fighting for. What they killing for, Lord. We don't need no war now. I said we don't want no more now. A real bad man don't go wrong raping woman, influencing young ones to kill a boy now. He ain't no bad man, boy, now. He ain't no bad man. A real bad man works for whatever he wants, and he don't need no gun, he full of joy now. That is a bad man soldier. He ain't no bad man. So sit down, rock back. Tell them I don't need no strap to defend my people from wicked and evil. Whoa. So sit down, rock back. Big man, look for a walk. You're too damn evil. If they distress my people, then fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Whoa, oh Lord, I said this is the year for love. Fire go burn them.
So, yes, the first inhabitants were the Indians and Indians of Venezuela. They were living here very peacefully until the Spanish came in for the first time. When the Spanish came in, because most part of the island was under the sea, the Spanish called it the unuseless islands. They couldn't do anything with the islands. But they took off with all the Indians, tried to make the Indians work for them as slaves, but most of the Indians got sick and died. So there was a time that they tried to bring the rest of the Indians back on the island, so the population of the Indians grew again. So after that, this was the first time that the Dutch came in on the island. So when they came in, they heard that the Spanish did not want the island, but they want the island. So they claimed us, they gave us names, they brought in some animals, they planted some aloe vera fields, they planted some watapana fields, some cotton tree fields, and they left them all behind with the Indians to come back in a few years to see if there is any positive reaction. So when they came back, here was the Spanish people and the Indians enjoying of everything that the Dutch left behind. So that was the first war between the Dutch and the Spanish for the islands. And guess who won? The Dutch, of course. So now the Dutch are on the island, they don't want to work, they too tried to make the Indians work as slaves, but this time the Indians were smarter. So what the Indians did was make canoes and they left Venezuela, and some of them went all the way on the north side of the island to live in some caves. In a minute we will show you some caves on your right, you will see them. So, la primera, everybody got the picture? Okay, so now the Dutch are on the island with no workers because the Indians, all the Indians left. They came up with the stupidest idea to pick up their ships that can help 200 passengers, sail themselves to Africa, buy themselves 500 African people, squeeze them all down there in the ship, and then sails back to these islands. Once you are here as an African people, you're no longer a person, because for the Dutch people, we that had the color skin, we are no human beings. So they will treat you very, very bad. When you get here on the island, they will sell you, someone will buy you, so you're going to have an owner. When you have that owner, to recognize that you have an owner, your owner will burn your skin with an iron that they will put in the fire. So now you have a number on your skin, so that's the number of your owner. It depends. Sometimes if you are a heavy slave, the owners of the cargo where we were in the beginning with the salt, if you're very heavy, they will buy you because they need heavy slaves to pick up the salt. Otherwise, it depends on where your owner has something to work with. There is where you need to work. Otherwise, you need to pick up the aloe vera, you need to slice it open, you need to drain it, and you need to cook it, and you need to fill it up. Everything that the slaves must do. At the end of the day, each day they must walk on this side of the island so they can deliver everything that they were working with. Why? Because here we have the Lata Escarpata, and this was the first harbor of the island. So everything that the slaves must need to work with and deliver on this side of the island, they must put on their shoulders and walk. If your owner have the donkeys, then it's a relief because you can use your donkey to carry everything for you. Okay, so ahora los holandeses estaban aquí en la isla, ellos no quisieran trabajar.
We don't need no more now. So tell them wicked people, fire go burn them.